And we're off.
Okay.
Fire away.
When part of an agreement is changed or an agreement is replaced by a new one, it is called a waiver, ratification, novation, or an assignment.
That one is novation.
So we're going to go with number 3.
Hooray! Remember, nova is Latin for new.
Oh, that's how I remember that one.
Okay. Which of the following is not a lien? Mortgage, trust deed, deficiency judgment, or private restrictions?
Well, mortgage will fall into a lien, so I guess that would still be a lien. So
I think it's private restrictions.
I think you are going to pass.
I sure hope so. Ownership rights and interests in real property are determined in a suit for specific performance, judgment lien, quiet title action, or none of the options are correct.
that one's just right. The only reason I'm kind of confused, both real and personal property, right?
Okay, so what do you think the answer is?
I want to say judgment, but I'm not sure. What do you think?
All right.
Yeah.
So judgment lien has to do with courts.
Yeah.
Okay.
This doesn't have
So
anything.
judgment's much broader than real estate.
Okay.
Let me write that.
Quiet title action. All of the following are included in bundle of rights except right of enjoyment, right of control of property, right of survivorship, right of exclusion. I think it's the first one.
Sure.
Okay, so where do you see right of survivorship?
I don't.
The joint tenancy, right?
Yeah.
That's where you see. You don't see that here, but that's where that comes up.
Okay. So survivorship's just joint tenancy.
Yeah.
The holder of a life estate can do all of the following except lease it, borrow against it, sell it, or will it. So a life estate, they cannot will it.
Awesome.
Yeah. The objective value of a property is closest to the market value, curb appeal, future value, or listing price. Objective value. If I'm just reading this, because I'm not sure what the definition of objective value is, but is it the value that they objected it to be?
Here, give me the answer, then we'll go over it together.
Okay.
So I want you to treat it like I'm not here as like your exam.
Okay. The future value? Probably wrong.
Okay, so objective value is basically an opinion of somebody who's just not involved. Okay, so it's just like an appraisal as an objective value.
Okay.
So objective value is purely an opinion.
Yeah, like the appraiser objective value.
Okay. So that's why it would be closest to the market value. A net listing agreement would require the lessee to pay his share of all of the following except a leasing commission, janitorial expenses, property taxes, or property insurance. All of these. So what would he not have to pay in a net lease? He would not have to pay. He wouldn't. Because net listing, it's not the normal, so he'll have to pay the insurance, he'll have to pay the taxes. I'm thinking, would it be commission? He would not have to pay the commission.
Good.
A listing that does not require a broker to use diligence in obtaining a purchaser is not an exclusive listing, a bilateral contract, void, or illegal.
So what do you think the answer is this one?
What are you going with?
We're going to go with A, and we think we're wrong.
A or D, Okay.
Okay.
What's
We-
a way to
What's
remember?
that?
I would say, what's a way to remember this one?
Well, exclusive listing is only one person can be hired, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So an exclusive listing, you got to go after the buyer because you're the only one doing it. In a non-exclusive listing, like an open listing, you don't have to do it if you don't want to because it's a unilateral contract.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Kind of.
It's kind of like the lost dog sign. If I lose my dog and I hire you to find my dog, you got to look for the dog, right? If the only one I hire, correct?
Yep.
That's kind of like an exclusive listing. You're the only one looking for my dog. I'm paying you. Go get it. Where if I just put up a sign, say whoever finds my dog gets paid, do you have to go look for my dog?
No.
No. You do not have to use diligence. You do not have to go after it.
Okay. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm more just putting it out to the public. But typically when you get an exclusive listing, I'm hiring you and you alone. So go get them.
Okay.
And if you don't try, you're in breach of the contract.
Okay. Okay. A lease where the rent is based on percentage of the monthly or annual gross sales of the lessee is called the percentage lease.
Good job.
Brown leases a residence from Baker on a 3-month written lease. Upon expiration of the written lease, Brown retains possession of the property without the consent of Baker. Brown now holds a
Without consent, is that sufferance?
Let's see. Yep.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it basically means they don't want you there.
Hang on. Use I want it.
They didn't want it.
You did it without their consent.
I guess I have the names back and forth. That's fine.
Okay. A broker receives a full price offer on a house he has listed in accordance with the terms of the listing. Before he can present the offer, another broker brings in an offer for $500 less, but with slightly better terms. The listing broker should present both offers in the order received, tell the other broker the property has been sold, present both offers at the same time, refuse to accept the second offer.
Present both offers in the order received.
I feel like this is a trick question.
Yeah,
at the same time.
Yeah, same time.
Okay.
Before he can present the offer, another broker brings in the offer. Okay, so that's before you presented it.
Oh, okay. A property owner deeds a parcel of his property to a town for recreational purposes only. The deed conveys to the town a fee simple absolute estate, fee simple defeasible estate, life estate, leasehold estate. That one's fee simple defeasible estate.
Woo! Look at you. You could teach this.
I don't know about that one, but
A couple bought a store building and took title as joint tenants. One woman died testate, the other woman now owns the store in severalty.
no.
Or wait.
and the woman died, so she owns it through rights of survivorship.
She thinks it's A, and I think it's B.
Yeah. Gosh dang it.
Because she died, if you were tenants in common, and if somebody dies, that's when you have survivorship, right?
No, when you're joint tenancy.
Now I'm confused.
I was just, I thought when someone dies when you are in joint tenancy, that would be the right of survivorship.
Here, so let's look at this. A couple bought a store building and took it as joint tenants. Okay, so you and I take it as joint tenancy, right?
Okay.
Okay. So now what happens to the property?
We both own it.
Well, you and I own it.
Yeah.
You die.
Okay, I died.
Now you own it.
You own it.
In severalty.
Because you're just one person.
Exactly. It says a couple, 2 people.
Okay.
You know, so there's not 3 people. If there's 3 people, it would be different.
That's when it's rights of survivorship, when it's 3 people?
Well, no, I got the right of survivorship. That's why you couldn't give it to your heirs.
Okay.
I think we're still confused.
Yeah, okay.
If it was tenancy in common, your kids would have your share, and I would be owning it with your kids.
Okay.
Because it's joint tenancy, I own it.
But who else could get a right to survivorship? How does that work?
Because
People in a will,
People in a will?
but they won't get the... Actually, nobody. If it's joint tenancy, nobody else but the other people.
Okay.
Okay, so would it be, say me, you, and Cammie went in on this as joint tenants, and I die.
Cammie and I are joint tenants together now.
And so it still wouldn't be rights of survivorship. So with joint tenants, you really never have rights of survivorship. It's either you guys are just still joint tenants, or if it's just one person left, it's in severalty, right?
Well, because I have the right of survivorship. That means I survived, or Cammie and I survived. So we got the property.
You get it?
Yeah.
Cammie and I are still alive, so we're getting the property.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not your kids.
Okay.
Oh, I get it now. Okay.
I think I get it.
Because rights of survivorship means that it went to someone that was not already in the agreement together, in the joint tenancy together. Right?
What? Say it again?
I'm sorry. So basically, it's the rights of survivorship. The only way you can obtain rights of survivorship is if, through a will. Because if you guys are already in the business together, you're already in the business together. It's not rights of survivorship. The only way you would be something with.
So we have right of survivorship because it's a joint tenancy. That's what it is by definition.
I guess that first question's just throwing me off because when you say that, I'm like, well then, that's rights of survivorship. But since it's one person, it's in severalty.
Right, so there's only 2 people. You gave the example of 3 of us, but this question only has 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
So
if it was 3 people, it would be A then, because it's not in severalty.
right.
Okay.
It would say as a joint tenant with the remaining parties who have right of survivorship. That's how that would read.
Makes sense. I get
Okay.
Because
it's 2 people, it's one person, and then
Right.
if it's
So if there was 3 people, it'd say the woman would now have it as joint tenants with the remaining surviving parties.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Makes sense.
Right.
Sorry.
Okay.
With a tenancy for years, the lessee has a freehold estate. A 30-day notice is required to terminate the lease. The term of the lease must be for at least 1 year. No notice is required to terminate the lease. Tenancy for years.
What do you think?
I think it's A. Well, crap.
Okay, what's a tenancy for years? Also known as an estate for years.
It's something that has a definite time.
Okay, so then you don't need to give notice you're turning because you just said the time frame's definite.
Okay.
I guess I overthought that one because I thought if you were leaving early before your time was up, then you would have to give them notice, but I
No,
overthought.
because when you do that, you have a 3-month lease, for example, right?
Okay.
It's 3 months. If you leave early, you're still paying for the 3 months.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
true. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so there's no notice. I mean, when you do that, you're paying for 3 months, period. And in 3 months is up, whether you're there or not, that lease ends.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Be properly classified as a voluntary lien, general lien, specific lien, or an equitable lien. I always get stumped on this one. I know it's not the first two, kind of. The reason I'm always concerned with equitable lien is because it's to get money back in a specific lien, but it is kind of specifically for something.
I think it's C.
You think it's specific? Okay.
Good.
A parcel of property was purchased by two friends. The deed they received from the seller at closing conveyed the property by name to each of the two friends with equal shares and interests. Upon death of either owner, the interests and shares will automatically become those of the owner. What form of title and ownership do the friends have? Joint tenants.
Good.
A meets and bounds legal description can be only in areas excluded from the rectangular survey system, is not acceptable in court in most jurisdictions, used directions moving in a set direction, is used to complete areas omitted from recorded subdivision plats.
I think that's the last one.
We're gonna go with D. D.
D as in dog.
Oh, D. Okay. Well, we're gonna
Yeah.
end up doing that one again.
Yeah.
But it's my fault.
Well, we still got
Yeah,
it
we
wrong.
just got it wrong. It's okay. A tenant who holds possession of a landlord's property without a definite lease term, but with the consent of the landlord, has tenancy at will, holdover tenancy, tenancy in common, tenancy at sufferance.
Without a definite lease term, with the consent of the landlord. I'm not sure what.
I believe it is tenancy at will.
Okay.
Good.
Which of the following is a voluntary lien? Judgment lien, estate tax lien, real estate tax lien, mortgage lien. Mortgage lien is a voluntary lien. Okay.
Good.
A property is owned by 3 cousins as tenants in common. If one of the cousins dies without a will, to whom will his interest pass? It will pass to the deceased cousin's heirs. No, because
Without a will.
Do you understand why?
Oh,
yeah, I was gonna say.
Because this is if this was a joint tenancy,
It
the
would.
answer would be different. But remember, tenants in common do not have any right or survivorship, so it goes to the heirs.
okay.
All of the following would be considered to be fixtures except a microwave which is plugged into the wall ovens and a farm sink, rose bushes and grapevines, a refrigerator that has been installed into the cupboards. The fixtures? No, a microwave wouldn't do that. A refrigerator that has been installed into the cupboards because it's installed into it.
What? I told you it was a microwave.
Oh,
Yeah.
I missed the except part. I'm sorry.
A woman has permission from her friend to hike on his property during the autumn months. Her friend has granted her, that's a license.
Excellent.
Which of the following liens does not need to be recorded to be valid? That was the real estate tax lien.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ownership rights and interest in real property are determined in a
Quiet title action.
all of the following are included in the bundle of legal rights except, and that was, oh shit, what was that?
This is
Right of survivorship,
Yep,
right?
it's survivorship.
Good.
The objective value of a property is closest to
Market value.
market value. A broker receives a full price offer on a house he has listed in accordance with the terms of the listing. Before he can present the offer, another broker brings in an offer for $500 or less, but with slightly better terms. The listing broker should present both of them at the same time. A, present both of them at the same time.
Good.
With a tenancy for years, no notice is required to terminate that lease. That's the answer.
You guys are doing great.
Thanks. We failed it twice, so hopefully the third
Yeah.
time's the charm.
This should be in our heads.
Nobody needs to know that.
Okay.
Remember, we're recording this.
It'll make people feel better if they already
Yeah.
have then.
Okay. They failed twice. Right.
A meets bounds legal description is way it goes. So the set direction uses description moving in a set direction.
First one, yep.
Good.
All of the following would be. Oh, that one's the microwave. I knew that one. I didn't factor in the
No,
except.
you did. I said it. You're like,
Yeah,
no, that's wrong.
I didn't factor in the except part.
Good.
Okay, the purpose of the building code is to enforce zoning ordinances, maintain municipal, whatever, over the volume of new construction, ensure compliance with the deed's restrictive covenant, or make sure buildings are structurally safe. Well, I get stumped on this one because it's either A or D as in dog.
I think
zoning.
it's the first one.
Well, I think building code is to make sure it's structurally safe, though. Yeah.
There you go. So give me an example of a building code.
A building code is like, say, if Marsh wants to build a whole new, or Aldi, we have an Aldi, I don't know if you have some there, but the Aldis are wanting to build a new location somewhere. They have to get a building code or a building permit to make sure they can even do it there for one, and that's the building permits for zoning.
It's a very simple one. Here's an easier one for you.
Okay, good.
Are there handrails in your stairwell?
Yes.
That's a building code.
Okay.
In the United States, there's nowhere you can have stairs without any form of handrail.
Okay.
Okay. That works. That's a lot easier.
I mean, it's not a medieval castle, those swirling things where they threw the bad guys down, you know?
So would a building permit enforce zoning ordinance? Like, the purpose of it would be to be able to make
those
sure...
are different things.
It is different? Okay.
Yeah, these are all police power. Can you name your government powers?
Police power, eminent domain, zoning. What's the other one?
Taxation.
Taxation. Okay.
Yeah, and building codes and zoning go under police power.
Okay.
They're different things, but they're under the same umbrella.
Okay. All the following are examples of private controls of real property except a requirement to make monthly payments to maintain common elements, a condition stating the property may not be used to sell alcohol, certificates of occupancy or criteria. The criteria establish the color of the house. So private controls would just be certificates of occupancy.
So what do you think the answer is? This one?
Yeah. Sorry.
Excellent. Good.
A store owner has operated a neighborhood grocery store for the last 30 years. Her store is the only retail property in the area which is zoned residential. The store is an example of non-conforming use. I do have a question on this, though.
Sure.
Okay. Sure. So she is in non-conforming use because she's already been in there. She's basically grandfathered in, right?
Yes.
Okay, so because I know I've been doing these little quizzes that you have a lot, and then variance is whenever you apply to, you're not already doing it, you're not already having like the 7-foot sign and the 6-foot new thingy, but a variance is when you apply to get that extra foot in there, right?
Okay, yeah.
And then, so what confuses me on grandfather, because I know I did one of the questions, and it was basically saying, the 6-foot sign, 7-foot sign, or whatever, it was non-conforming use, but it also had grandfathered in there too, and I wasn't sure what would be the right one because they're almost the same thing.
They are. Grandfather clause gives you non-conforming use.
Yeah. So.
One's like the action, one's the thing that gives you the right to that action.
Do what?
One's an action. Non-conforming use is like an action.
Okay.
Like I'm giving you permission to run on my street. The running is the non-conforming use. My permission is the grandfather clause.
Okay. Okay. I got you. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All of the following would require an appraisal, except an FHA loan, a new conventional loan, a seller carry loan, a VA loan.
So FHA definitely do. VA definitely do.
I'm not sure what's VA.
I don't know what a seller carry loan is.
Yes, you do.
I do. Really?
Yes.
Is that when you get just a personal mortgage loan?
What do you think the answer is?
I know I'm not supposed to ask you questions, so I answer. The new conventional loan, you couldn't get an appraisal because there's nothing there, right? Because it's new. You can't answer that.
Okay, so the seller carry loan is a fancy way of saying you just made me a loan.
Okay.
Do you have to get an appraisal to give me money?
No.
No. So that's all that means. You don't need an appraisal for you to give me money. For these other ones, you do. These other ones are from banks and government institutions.
Is a seller carry loan kind of like a car loan?
Just don't overthink of it. We could get into it. It has to do with them carrying back a second and whatnot. But basically, it's just you giving me money.
Okay, and what's a new conventional loan then, in quick description?
It's just a conventional loan.
Okay.
Don't get confused with the complicated words.
Okay.
Don't overthink it.
That's my problem. So the purpose of a building code is to make sure that it's structurally safe.
Good.
All of these would require an appraisal except for the
carry loan.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so you guys did great. Do you have any other questions for me? I mean, you guys banged out questions for like an hour.
I don't know. I mean, we failed twice. Is there any secret tips that you have?
I've memorized your vocabulary tonight.
Okay.
And other than that, relax tomorrow.
Okay.
When's your test?
Tomorrow at 3 o'clock our time.
So then in the morning, I mean, it sounds cheesy, but I would do some kind of relaxation thing. Whether it's, I don't know if you guys are into the yoga meditation bit. If not, just get a massage or whatever, or just look at a nice view. I don't know, whatever you guys do in your life to relax. Everybody does their own thing.
Okay.
Because you guys have clearly studied quite a bit.
I mean, we studied like for almost a month now.
Right. So what do you guys like? Yoga, meditation, massage, going to a lake, listening to some nice music. Like, what's your thing? A nice bath? I don't know.
Chill out.
Yoga in the lake, that's what I'll do.
I mean, you get my point, though. Everybody has different ways of kind of calming their nerves and relaxing. And whatever it is for you, you should execute it.
So no, don't study before we go?
You can. I mean, for you, it's just review. I mean, so you could do that. I'm just saying, if studying's creating tension, don't do it.
Okay. Yeah.
But for you guys, I mean, it may not create tension. Maybe it's just something you're doing, going through the material.
Okay.
My point is, you shouldn't go intense.
Okay.
If anything, look up a little YouTube video on how to relax and do that. Whatever they say.
Okay.
Maybe I should do a video about how to relax.
Maybe
you should.
I mean that's a topic people go to college for, to study how to get people to do. That's like a whole thing,
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about a whole sports science here, how to calm intense situations.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out. Hopefully we'll pass and we don't have to do this anymore.
Yeah. So that's what I would do.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All
well,
right.
thank you.
You're welcome. And good luck, and let me know how it goes.
Thanks.
All right.
Okay. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Good night.